Lock and Load podcast is sponsored by Lock and Load Firearms, Connecticut's #1 rated gun store and pistol permit class on Google. Come check us out, 1573 Meriden Waterbury Turnpike in Southington. Lock and Load Firearms.
Lock and Load podcast is also sponsored by Patriot Wear Holsters, custom-made Kydex holsters locally made in Waterbury, Connecticut. www.patriotwearholster.com and use code LNL podcast for 10% off your purchase. Orders available for shipping or pickup at various locations.
Welcome to Lock and Load podcast. My name is Josh.
And I'm Michelle.
And we normally talk to you about Connecticut 2A issues, but we're still on vacation. This previous episode was about Hawaii versus Connecticut gun laws. This one is going to be about Alaska. Why? Because we're coming back from Alaska right now. We're on our way home. It is a bit nippy out.
Chilly,
and it's windy up here too. So we compared and contrasted Hawaii gun laws versus Connecticut gun laws last time. Now we're going to compare and contrast Alaska versus Connecticut. There are some similarities, but there's a lot more, we'll say, freedom in Alaska.
I think there has to be.
Yeah. While we looked for bears, and we were told there are a ton of bears out there, we didn't see a bear.
I didn't see a bear.
Not at all.
I didn't see a moose. I didn't see an otter, but I did see whales.
We saw whales. We saw a ton of bald eagles.
We saw
that
seals.
was cool. Seals, yep. Whales, multiple different whales.
Yes.
Different whales. And a lot of glaciers. Saw glaciers too.
And more bald eagles.
More bald eagles.
It was awesome.
But apparently there are a ton of bears out there. And puppies. We saw puppies.
We saw puppies.
Yes, that was a fun part.
And we panned for gold.
We did.
Got a little bit.
It ain't fun in the podcast, guys. So, support us. All right, let's go into some laws. So, Alaska is definitely more free than Connecticut when it comes to this stuff. First thing is they have permitless carry. So, there's no such concept as...
so, it's constitutional.
It's kind of... It doesn't say that, but we'll see if it is. But they do allow permitless carry. Open carry is permitted. So any person that is over the age of 21 can open carry a firearm. Mm-hmm. We used to have that right, and we lost it under HB 6667. In June, yes. Can you conceal carry weapons other than handguns in Alaska with their concealed carry permit or any other permit or under permitless carry if applicable? You cannot. So
you have to have a permit to
conceal carry. Yep.
Okay.
They do not have magazine restrictions there. Definitely probably helpful with the bear issues, right?
I would think.
You can have pepper spray and chemical spray. That is legal. No issues on that. There are no ammo restrictions in Alaska. Minimum age to carry is 21. Tasers and stun guns are legal to possess without a permit. But it is illegal to have it on school properties or school buses.
So they can carry a taser, whereas we can't. We can only keep it in our home.
You can carry a taser in Connecticut with a pistol permit.
Okay.
That was passed
2 years ago. Wasn't that?
Maybe 3,
okay.
4, something like that.
All right.
Recently-ish, though. Can you carry in a vehicle? Yes, you can carry a loaded firearm in a vehicle, either openly or concealed. You obviously have to be 21 to do that. You can carry in roadside rest areas.
Good.
Can you carry in state and national parks? So, national parks we can carry in Connecticut. We have one, by the way, in case you didn't know that. Mm-hmm. We can't carry in state parks in Connecticut.
No.
In Alaska, you can.
Nice.
So, Alaska, you got national parks are okay, and state parks are fine as well.
Yep.
They do not have red flag laws. At all. No red flag laws.
They don't?
They do not.
Oh, good for Alaska.
They do not issue non-resident permits. We do have reciprocity with Alaska. But
we do?
Yeah, we do. Connecticut does.
So my permit would be good here?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's a good thing.
Now, do you have duty to...
That's Melvin. He's awesome.
He's our favorite bartender ever, guys. Special guest Melvin. Do they have duty to inform? They do have duty to inform.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have the duty to inform a police officer that you are carrying a concealed firearm in Alaska.
Okay.
No weapon signs are enforceable as well.
But to what degree? Like
Class
with us,
B misdemeanor.
Oh, because at home ours is just a trespass.
Yes. So a permittee may not possess a concealed handgun anywhere a person is prohibited from possessing a handgun under state or federal law. In addition to any other penalty provided by law, a person violates this section is guilty of a Class B misdemeanor.
Okay. Now, is a Class B a disqualifier?
It depends. For us, it is. For Alaska, who knows?
Okay.
I don't know if it's a federal. I don't think that's a federal disqualifier.
Okay. But it might be a state?
It definitely could be a state thing.
Okay.
Driver's license. I'm going through some screenshots here that we because internet's not the best here. Your driver's license is linked to a permit if you have a permit. Law enforcement will be notified that you are concealed carry when they run your driver's license. So that's pretty similar to us too.
So if they already know, why do you have a duty to tell them if they already know?
Yeah, that's interesting. Because we don't in Connecticut.
No, but that seems redundant.
Unless law enforcement asks you in Connecticut, then you don't have to tell them.
Correct.
If they ask you, then you have to tell them. But that is interesting that they do have that duty to inform.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember seeing a cop anywhere in our travels in Alaska on any of our tours.
No, because they said that they have, it's sort of set up like us, but it's mostly troopers, so state troopers.
Okay.
Or whatever their term is. Yeah.
Probably sheriffs there.
But a couple of the bigger towns, they said, have a local police, but it's really a minimum.
Okay.
And then the staties pick up on all that.
This is why you need guns.
Yeah.
So something different that we noticed from Hawaii compared to Alaska, at least.
They like guns here.
They like guns. They had some gun knowledge. That was interesting with the people that we interacted with. We've talked to a few people. Didn't have any private tours or anything where we were talking to that bus driver in Hawaii. We didn't really have that here.
No, we didn't do any of those long personal tours.
Yeah. But guns are definitely not as uncommon. I did notice yesterday when we were driving back, when we were crammed into a 14-person minivan shuttle bus, and I'm all the way in the back seat, jammed back there. On our left, while the driver was talking, there was a gun store we passed.
Yes, that was.
Did you see it too?
If we had had time, that was one that I said I wanted to stop at because I had done when I saw he was in Ketchikan. I Googled him, and I just wanted to see. It's always interesting to see other stores in other states and what they carry. So because that will tell you
what they can carry.
Well, yes, but it also shows what's dominant as far as the type of firearm in that area. It's even Connecticut. Each store has its own niche.
Yeah, I wonder how many if they had a lot of 10 mils. The bear aspect.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think so.
I do know from a resale aspect that shipping to Hawaii and Alaska is additional fees.
It's it's awful.
So RSR and Lipsy's, they don't charge me to ship to Connecticut.
Right.
I meet their minimum standard, and so I get free shipping on everything.
Do they ship? Do they?
They do. No, the RSR.
No, here.
To Alaska, yeah. I believe it's a $10 or $15 additional charge if you already meet their criteria for free shipping, which is volume based.
So it's not really free shipping; it's a surcharge. Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm sure it costs more. I mean, unless they're doing flat rate. I do know flat rate was the same exact post office wise from Hawaii to Connecticut because we mailed some stuff home.
Yep.
I would assume Alaska because that's a post office thing, but I'm sure FedEx and UPS, which is most of the stuff that it comes through, is going to be more expensive.
Well, because a lot of these you have to come in on boat or plane.
Or plane, yeah.
It's
or boat plane.
A little bit of both.
The plane that has the boat,
Yep.
So a lot of those actually.
It's been, even the cruise itself has been very interesting talking to other cruisers.
Yeah.
And how many people are firearms friendly. and even from other countries.
Yeah.
So, again, it goes back to the media that wants to always say how awful we are.
Yeah.
And I've had some of those conversations where people went, "Oh, guns," and so we just had a nice conversation. And at the end of it, they were perfectly fine. But they're going off that stigma that is out there, not recorded, but televised or put on the out in the atmosphere with their propaganda
social
stuff.
Media. Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, so it's not like that." No, it's not.
Oh.
So it's been cool. I've had a couple of people that are going to buy holsters off the cruise ship, which has been very, very nice, including worker bees. It's been awesome.
Some employees were talking to you the other night.
Yeah.
Very cool. Nobody's asked me for a gun yet, so I guess
that's a bit of a hard sell.
Yeah, got to ship it. Got to find enough fell.
And as we just discussed, shipping to Alaska, not fun.
No. Could do it. I would definitely go to the post office.
Yes.
Flat rate it.
Yes.
It would take a week to get here, but
maybe more.
Maybe
more. We've shipped out stuff, and it's taken up to 3 weeks.
Wow.
To arrive, but they were out in like
Bumble.
Yeah, Bumble somewhere.
I mean, some of these ports were.
Yep. Well, Icy Straits you can't get to unless you're on a boat.
Yeah.
Juneau you can't get to unless you're on a boat because there's no access roads in. Juneau was boat or plane only.
Yeah.
Skagway, I think, was a little bit easier. I think there were outside roads to come in, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
And Ketchikan, I don't even know. I didn't spend enough time in the town because we were out on the boat.
Was that yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
It's got 8,000 people as a population general. And then I think they said it bumps up with cruise ships and people touristy. It bumps up to like 20,000. But still, for that 8,000, those are your year-round workers.
Yeah.
I'm guessing there's not a lot of roads.
Well, the airport was on an island.
It was. You better lift off fast.
You'd have to take either a ferry to the airport.
Yep.
Or swim quick.
Yep. And it's an international airport because it goes to Canada.
Well, that's like Bradley. Before we got Aer Lingus, it was an international airport because it went to Canada.
Yep.
Now it's a little more international, but
little more.
Not like the JFK aspect.
But no, we've been talking to people, both Josh and I. Again, sometimes we get, "Oh, really? That's what you guys do," and other times we get, "Oh." But the law's it's a huge, on this cruise alone, it was a huge variation going from Hawaii to Alaska.
In the temperature, yeah, I know.
Well, no, just in the gun aspect.
Yeah.
But temperature, yes.
Yeah.
It's a little cold. I liked Hawaii's warm.
Yeah, it was warm there. But yeah, no, there was a big difference between those two non-contiguous states.
Well, and like we had told you, I think in the last podcast, Hawaii's governor decided to do a hiatus on the Second Amendment. Granted, it got kicked, but you don't hear about Alaska doing that.
No, you don't. I think it would just be ignored.
Yeah. Well,
how are you going to govern all these small little...
Well, and how are you going to tell... You might be able to do it in certain towns, but how are you going to tell people that are out not in the bush because you're not in Australia, but out in the woods in the glacier area that they can't have a gun with all the predators that are floating around?
No, I had one question and I didn't ask it and I should have.
What?
When we went to the Iditarod when we saw the puppies, I wonder if anyone on the Iditarod carries a gun.
Okay, so we asked that question that night, and they can carry a gun. They can carry a handgun. I believe they can also have a rifle, but it was specific to handguns.
Yeah.
But they have to, if they shoot any large animal, they have to right then and there break it down and take everything with them, which would add hours to their time frame. But if you've got something coming at you,
and you can't get you and the dogs going in time.
Yep. So that's what I said. I said you're out in the middle of nowhere.
And I know they have like a hatchet, but I'm like, great.
Nah. But yes, they do, and they say most people do have like a 10 mil with them.
Probably like Glock 29. Smaller, compact, 10 mil.
I don't know. Maybe. Although
plastic.
No, because smaller plastic.
Oh yeah, it's going to be horrible.
Hurt.
But like,
they're
not intending to use it.
My guess is it's a revolver. They go with a 44 mag or something like that.
Okay.
Or they have the 10 mil revolvers, but they've got more meat so that the recoil's easier, so they can come right back at it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my guess.
Yeah. An interesting fact.
I didn't run the Iditarod, so I don't know.
Yeah, and we don't have plans to do that either.
No.
You don't have plans to run.
No. No. It was fun to learn.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think that wraps up this podcast, guys. Our next episode will be in the nice air-conditioned or heated. I don't know what the temperature is in Connecticut right now.
It's 70, but it's going to drop down to 50.
Of course it will. We're bringing the cold back.
Yeah.
Our next episode will be inside in the normal Lock and Load podcast studios.
Yes. Yes, we do get back in a couple of days, and we'll start up again.
In the comments, guys, wherever you're watching this, or send us a message. If you guys want people on, that are in the gun community in Connecticut, let us know.
Yeah,
and we'll shoot them a message.
If you think somebody that has information you think would make this podcast interesting for you or for other listeners, please let us know. We're always happy to get different ideas on who do you guys want to see invited to the show.
So,
by the way, there's whales behind us. Somebody was just screaming they saw a bunch of whales. So that's kind of cool.
I don't see any. But
I didn't look, so I'm assuming they were there.
Yep. All right, guys. Have a great day. My name's Josh.
And I'm Michele.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.